Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shareen. I'm an interior designer in New York City, and in this video we're going to talk about the latest and greatest that just hit in the Heights, in Inwood, all the way uptown, Uptown Gaming. This is part 2 of the Uptown Gaming video. If you missed part 1, you should check that out. We did it just previously. And in this video, we're going to talk about what the finished product looks like. We had went over some things that can help keep your project on time before, and now I'm just going to walk through and show you all of what this transformation entailed. This space started out as a pizzeria, hence the what we called behemoth of an oven that exists in the kitchen. There's a ton of potential though. They have these great windows that open up into the outdoors, which we were able to put out a deck and create an indoor and an outdoor space for them. Even though the use case is for gaming, it can still have that lounge feel. The space also boasts a nice big wall that could fit some huge 24-inch by 24-inch monitors. We actually could put 4 of them going across and then have some smaller 27-inch monitors below that. And then on the very bottom, we were going to put in PC towers on a mechanism similar to what you would see in a kitchen that pulls up like a KitchenAid mixer or something like that, so that they can access them, switch things out as needed, and then still store them on the bottom, and allowing those really colorful Roy G. Biv lights to shine. Over in the bar area, we were bringing in a nice hanging unit to have some wine and other bottles up above, as well as a custom unit that the client made, and that unit houses additional bottles around the display. This space was transformed with a very extensive lighting plan. We got rid of all of the tiling that was around and the very Mario Kart reminiscent brick that was throughout this space, and put in a proper facade. We either smoothed out the walls with a beautiful Claire paint color called Seize the Gray, or we went with this fantastic artwork by a local artist named Dister, and you can find him at InMyHood, INMYHOOD. He did a phenomenal job on one of the accent walls. This lounge space is for gaming in separate areas, and the wall with the 6 displays and 6 bar stools can have individual gamers, or they can combine together and play multiple games. There are just a few small tables throughout, and then we have our lounge area that we put a little cove. This cove required a full built-in for the lighting feature above it, and we painted that ceiling a matte black that was completely flat, so it seems to disappear in there. The lighting was some of the client's favorite things about the space. At first when we started, as most, they thought, this is a lot of light, and then at the end they were like, yeah, we need all of those lights. Matter of fact, a highlight of the day was when the outside signage went up and we were able to light that up. You can see some breakdowns of what that wall looked like when we had to rip into it and put in all of the lighting and make sure that everything was measured and specifically aligned before we closed those walls up and then painted and then put in some custom shelves. We'll be able to swap in and out some PC towers, Xboxes, whatever the client orders, so that they can play at their leisure. Underneath the gaming area where the tournaments are some floor outlets, and those floor outlets are designed to sit underneath the gaming chairs so that you can plug in accessibly right there and game on the big monumental displays. We did some floating shelves throughout. Those are heavily secured into the walls. You can see how those are laid out, and they have a beautiful black resin epoxy on top of them. Beneath those bars, I carefully placed out the tiles. I was inspired by the slant in the logo to go with these tiles that have a mixed yellow and white hex shape, as well as the carpet tiles that I used in the space as well. Those half black, half white carpet tiles from floor.com add a little pop of color to the space and fun, and plays off of the logo. There's lots of pictures and stills of me FaceTiming into the space as I was checking in to see what's going on. While I can't be there every day, I can definitely see what's happening from afar. I did come in, however, to test that these lights are working and even screwed in a few light bulbs. This footage is courtesy of my daughter, so if the camera's a little bit shaky, she is learning her cinematography. I'm proud of her. In the very back area, that black corner that has some acoustic panels is the commentator space. This is where the sofa sits. Folks can view what's happening out on the larger screens from in here and behind the nestled space of a curtain. One of the really cool features of the space are these wireless chargers that we had installed into the bar. It was nerve-wracking for me, I will be honest, because I wanted to make sure that we weren't going to damage all of the hard work that we did on putting in that bar. But those wireless chargers turning out flawlessly and they look great in the space. I'm really excited that we did them, and I think it's going to be really cool for everyone who comes in and sets their device down to charge. We did soften up the space a bit with the drapery. We have some various gold drapery throughout the space, as well as the black that's in the commentator space. And we were also really sensitive to sound with drowning it out with acoustic panelings that are strategically beneath the bar. We hope you enjoyed this one. It was a fun one to work on. You have to check out Uptown Gaming. It is Uptown on 190th and Broadway, and it is open as of spring 2024. Another green Shareen design in the books. Thanks for watching. You could have been anywhere on YouTube, but you chose to be with me, and I appreciate that. I will see you soon next Thursday or Thursday after next. Ciao.